What's up, guys? This is EJ Holland with the Wolverine.com, and we are back with another episode of the Michigan Recruiting Report. That's because Michigan just scored a big commitment on the recruiting trail. Before we talk about that, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free, get notifications every time we drop new videos so you don't miss news like this. And as always, subscribe to the Wolverine.com. Michigan is coming off a big recruiting weekend. A lot of notable names on campus, commitments coming in. National Signing Day is next week. So make sure to subscribe today. Take advantage. $1 for 7 days over at thewolverine.com. That's for new members only. So make sure to head over to thewolverine.com today and get your exclusive recruiting information. All right, guys. So like I said, Michigan has picked up a big commitment on the recruiting trail, and a bit of a surprise here. Jamarion Vincent, Rivals 300 Baylor cornerback commit, flips his pledge to Michigan. So now a Michigan commit, obviously. Vincent, I say, was a bit of a surprise because he visited in the fall, earlier in the fall. He was on campus in October. And then, things kind of seemed to settle down a little bit. It looked like he was going to stick with Baylor. We didn't have him on the visitors list for this weekend. Michigan worked really hard behind the scenes for Vincent. I think all eyes were on Michigan's pursuit of LSU cornerback commit Haven Finney, but that didn't really come into fruition. Obviously, Finney did not visit this weekend, and I think that pursuit is kind of over now that Vincent is in the boat. But I think we were so hyper-focused on Finney that Vincent kind of fell by the wayside. But behind the scenes, Michigan was continuing to make him a priority. Baylor was continuing to struggle on the field, and so they got him on campus for a surprise visit this weekend. Now, the game didn't exactly go as expected for Michigan fans. Obviously, a really brutal loss there to Ohio State. But I think it's important to keep in mind that recruits don't look at games the same way that fans do. I think Vincent sees an opportunity to come in and make an immediate impact in the secondary. The opportunity is there for young guys. You've seen Michigan play the best guys regardless of what class they are in. And I think with Vincent, again, he sees opportunity. I also mentioned throughout the fall that Michigan was very willing to invest in NIL at the cornerback position. And I think that played a role. Michigan is still taking kind of a salary cap budget type of approach under general manager Sean McGee, who obviously joined Michigan staff, was previously at Michigan, but rejoined Michigan staff following some time in the NFL with the Chicago Bears. And so I think he is managing the NIL spending in a certain way, but they really valued the cornerback position and they really liked Vincent. Now you're seeing on these clips, he's a really intriguing prospect. He's a guy who is fairly new to the cornerback position and hasn't really played it full time. Some of his clips are at quarterback. He's more of an athlete playing corner right now. He's not super polished. And the other thing I'm concerned about with Vincent is the speed. His only verified time is an 11.83, which is very pedestrian. That came as a sophomore, so I'm not sure, what his speed is like now as a senior. What I do like about Vincent is he's a wiry corner. He's a tall, long kid at 6'2", 165. Definitely needs to add some weight to his frame. But plus athlete, you see that just playing the quarterback position as well as the cornerback position. And he's also a really good basketball player as well. So I think when you look at Vincent, you look at a guy who has a lot of upside, who can develop into a very quality corner, kind of in the same mold of a Jair Hill type. If you remember Jair Hill, who was a really strong track athlete. But I think I bring up Jair Hill because he was a star as a de facto quarterback. He also played a lot of wide receiver. And so Jair was kind of a Swiss Army knife. He was also, about 6'2", 170 and needed to add some weight. He obviously had a big interception in the game yesterday. So I've made that comparison for fellow Michigan cornerback commit, Andre Clark. So I think Clark and Vincent are actually very similar. Both are guys who are plus athletes. Both are tall. Both are long. Both need to add some weight. Both don't have those verified times that Jair had, which is why Jair was a little bit more highly touted as a recruit. But I think they fit that similar mold, and it's clear that Michigan secondary coach Lamar Morgan really puts a premium on the traits that both Vincent and Andre Clark possess. So for more on this commitment, again, make sure to head over to the Wolverine.com. Use that $1 deal for 7 days. And as always, like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for free.